Hello again, and welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC, and wow, forgive me for looking a little rough. It's been a little rough here, but we got to push on, right? I got an obligation to put out some content, and yeah, let's put out some content. So, for today, I have the 5 rules for bartering. So, in an SHTF situation, you more than likely are not going to have absolutely everything that you possibly could need and or want 100% of the time. Uh, and even if you do, let's just for a moment just pretend that you do. More than likely, you are still going to do something to help others out. So, in the event if worst case disaster ever struck and the balloon goes floating up, more than likely there will be bartering. So, this is going to be my suggestion of 5 rules that we would like to follow. Now, the first rule, I'm going to label it as be fair. Now, what I mean by that is don't go out scamming people. Don't go into this situation to where you go to somebody that you kind of know, that guy that lives, a couple of blocks down or whatever, and you're just going to one up him or something along those lines, or you come across some, person that they have some stuff, you have some stuff, and you're like, I'm going to do the used car salesman. I'm going to talk my stuff up really good, and I'm going to get a whole bunch of their stuff. Okay, that's bad because one, you're going to live a lot by your reputation whenever you get into an SHTF situation. Uh, you're going to become very quickly known as that con artist, and people are not going to want to barter with you. Two, you're going to have to barter with people probably more than one time, probably. And so if you do happen to scam and con somebody out of some extra stuff, more than likely when the time comes back around that it's bartering time again with Mr. Jones, he's going to remember that. And you are probably not going to get a very fair deal. And especially if you actually need stuff, if you were fair the first time around, chances are they will be fair with you the second time around. If you scam them, they're not going to be happy and they're going to probably give you the short end of the stick this time around. So, probably best to just be fair right off the get go. Don't sell yourself short, but don't try and get extra stuff, okay? Just be fair about it. Number 2, be wary of the too good to be true deals. Okay. More than likely, just as it is today to off into the future to SHTF situation to regular life, more than likely, if it's too good to be true, it is. There's something wrong there. So if you come up and you go, look, I've got uh, 2 bottles of water, a pound of flour, and a multi tool. That's what I've got to trade. And they go, wow, that's some really cool stuff. I really like that. I'm going to give you this live cow, a tractor, 50 gallons of diesel, and a firearm. Okay, it's probably too good to be true. There's something wrong there. You may not be able to figure it out right then and there of what it is, but if it's too good to be true, it's going to be one of them things. The tractor's probably stolen, and the guy's looking for it. When he finds it, he's not going to want to care the situation. You have his stuff. Um, you don't know anything. The cow that you're getting could be sick or tainted by something, all sorts of different things. You can throw whatever scenario in there. If it's too good to be true, it should throw up red flags and you should probably avoid those. So, number 3 is going to be don't trade away what you need. And what I mean by that is if you are short on water, don't trade water. Okay. If you need a certain item or items or whatever to survive, you're running short, you can't replenish it, things like salt. Yeah, you may have, 10 pounds of salt or whatever right now, but when it starts getting down to that point, if you can't replenish that salt, and you don't see anywhere in the foreseeable future of things calming down and getting back to society to where you're going to be able to walk into some sort of generalized store and buy salt, it's probably not a good idea to get rid of it. So only trade and barter what you're willing to let go and never get back. You just need to be careful. Be strategic. Now's the time to start thinking about certain things that you can barter early on, and kind of in that early middle part as well. Uh, Start putting things away, just as way that you're prepping for yourself for survival. Prep barter items, and the great thing about having a barter item prep is, one, you can use it. Two, let's say 2, 3, 5, 10 years, whatever goes by, and we're still in peacetime, you can still use it. You can give it away. You can gift it away. You may find a new neighbor moves in, young couple, whatever, and you strike up a conversation, and they're interested in becoming, into the prepping community, and you go, you know what? I got a couple of things squirreled away that I was going to use as barter items. Barter with them now. Hey, I've got a couple of things. Uh, I'll let them go real cheap, or hey, mow my grass a time or two, and I'll give you these, or whatever, something along those lines, or just give it to them for free. It's a little bit of a thing as a good memento of, I'm extending this out. Here I'm getting you started, and who knows, maybe 6 months down the line, you do need something, and they'll remember that. So, number four is what I'm going to call sweetheart deals. When you cut a deal with the pretty girl down the street, or the best friend, or something along those lines, you cut them a really, really good deal. Word travels, okay? And so when you give that person extra stuff, that sweetheart deal, then other people don't want to barter with you, because, yeah, you may be fair with them, but you're not fair with everybody. And so, why would I go and trade with you when they get more stuff? And so, they'll be out looking for sweetheart deals. And then before you know it, instead of everybody trading with everybody, you're going to have this person only trades with this person, and this person only trades with these two people. And, and then you're going to have to do this whole thing where you go, I broke my hammer. I need a new hammer handle. I don't know how to make one or whatever. So I need a new hammer handle. And you go, Bob has one, but Bob won't trade with me, and so now I've got to go over here to, this guy and this girl and trade and this, and you spend the whole day trying to do all these other trades and get other people to trade and all this, and all you needed was a hammer handle. So it's probably best to stay away from the sweetheart deals. Okay, now number five, I'm gonna throw a little bit of a bonus in, if you will. So, number five is going to be my 3S rule. And that is going to be smart, that is going to be safe, and that is going to be sure. Okay, let me explain it real quick and unpack this for you. One, be smart about it. Okay, whatever you are going to trade, you need to be smart about what you're trading and who you're trading it with. Okay, you need to be smart about what you're getting rid of and what you're going to get in return for all of this. You've got to have a good give and take in all of this, so you need to be very smart and strategic about who it is and why you're doing it in the first place. Do you actually need something, or are you just doing it for somebody else's convenience and all? You need to be smart about the whole process from start to finish. Number two, be safe. Do not barter anything. no matter how desperate, if it's going to come back to hurt you. Okay. So if you start trading your knives and your machete and your projectile things and, all these things that are basically, weapons in some form or fashion, just because you're hungry or thirsty or cold or whatever, unless you're not going to make it through the night, it's probably a bad thing. And really, the advice would be don't put yourself in that position to where you even come to that desperation. So be safe about all the things that you do. I know that there's a huge controversy about you don't trade ammunition or knives or whatever. You can, okay, you can. It'd be one of them things. If I have a mag member that their machete broke or it got a big gouge in it or whatever, it's not effective. I don't want them to be a weak link because of a faulty tool. If I have an extra tool, I want to make them stronger because in turn it makes me stronger. So, yes, I will go, hey, uh, here's what you need to get you back up to where I need you to be. And we can do some sort of bartering or whatever for it. So, it can be done, at least in my opinion. I'm sure I'll get disagreements, but that's my thought process. Now, the last one, be sure, do not regret what you're trading. Make sure that you're smart and safe about it, but do not, again, out of whatever, don't be desperate. Don't get in those desperate situations. And don't trade things away that you're just going to look back on and get sad and depressed, okay? It's, as much as SHTF is going to be just an absolute miserable mental uh, war on your own self, where you are just going to be fighting in your head and all them hours of silence and things like that. Don't do something to where you will regret making that trade. You may never give it back. We've already talked about, don't trade what you're not willing to ever get back. You're only going to trade what you're willing to lose. So make sure that you're smart, you're safe, and you're sure about all of it. So that's what I've got. I even gave you a little bonus. So it's actually kind of like what, 7? Okay. Um, but that's my thought process. We can probably add more. We could probably combine a few, whatever. But that's what I've got for you. Hopefully, that gives you a little bit of insight to this. I know that's bartering is kind of one of them things that people don't often focus on. I think it's going to be very, very important, especially look at anything, look at any books, look at any TV, movie, whatever. I know, I get it, but if you look at those and just as a stand back learning point, you get people that you're going to scavenge. It's just going to be a fact of life that if some massive apocalyptic thing happened, you're going to be scavenging, you're going to be bartering, especially if we have some sort of dollar collapse, economic crisis, or anything like that. You're going to be going right back to bartering. Now's the time to start thinking about it and being strategic, planning for it, and getting that stuff set up now. At least get the ball rolling, jot some things down, get a box, start throwing some things in there, and make a plan. Make bartering a part of your prep. Okay, so that's what I've got for you today. Hope you guys got a little something out of it. Hopefully, got your mind working and all that other stuff. But I hope you guys have an amazing day, a blessed day. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time with me. And with that, I want to say please stay tuned because there's definitely more information to come. And with that, please remember above all else, remember to remain united because we're all prepping in this together.